host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
This whole hour is out of our teen athletes. Woo! And all those people and businesses that support those teen athletes. I love it when my two queens are in the house. Yeah. Woo! Alexandria and Ava. Yeah.
Hello.
One's leaving, but one is still staying.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I know.
Oh, look at that.
I got to get a replacement.
That's right.
I'm working on it. I know.
That's pretty
There's
hard.
I know.
And then you know.
Oh, no. Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, no. I didn't.
You got big shoes. You got big shoes.
That sounded so. I had such an ego.
Tiara, queen. That's a big thing that you
Oh, gosh.
You don't officially
so
have
nice.
that, but you know.
No,
I missed something. It's been a little while. Where are you off to?
So I'm going to Berkeley. And
Yeah, you know.
Go
you
Bears.
know.
yeah, go Bears. Go Bears.
You graduated from there.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. Where you going, graduate? Yeah.
Yeah,
You didn't
Golden
know?
Bears.
Many moons ago.
Yeah.
Andy Gill's talking. He forgets how we work in here. Oh, yeah. Yes. Well,
Yeah, August 13th. I'm off. I know. So,
Best part about the semester, though, you're back in May.
I know. Actually, that's something I really like because we're the only UC that doesn't have the quarter system. And on the quarter system, you do start in late September, but then you come back in the middle of June, which is what most people, I guess what we're used to in high school. But I think in college, it's a bit more difficult.
Well, from
just
somebody
a bit.
that barely snuck by, the semester system is perfect. It gives you enough time to catch back up.
Totally. No, and it really is. The quarter system is really stressful. So I'm glad to be on the semester system and
I like semester.
only have to worry about my
Philosophy,
classes.
right? Psychology.
Psychology, and then they have the Haas Business School there, so I want to also do that
Dual.
if I can, or econ, depending if I get in or not.
Econ.
I know.
Econ.
And I got to keep
money
it
flow.
balanced, and then I would love to do philosophy, so if I could do a minor in that or
I
something,
don't know why that
it's
just
not that
fell out
difficult.
on philosophy. Just
I think I did tell you maybe
Did it?
that I was
Yeah.
interested in that.
I could be
but,
psychic, you know. I always
could be
sit next to
psychic.
Dr.
We'll see what
Energy. Maybe like
happens.
flows out.
I know.
Yeah.
Her energy seeps into your energy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
She says hi, by the way.
Oh, I say hi back.
I know.
She's great. She knows. You know. Yeah. We're
I know
doing
she
that.
knows. She knows.
Anyway.
You know.
Oh my God. Too good. So yeah, it's exciting.
So what are you doing to prep for leaving on the 13th?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm really behind. I just got back from a trip, right?
Where was that?
So we went to Zurich for a few days. We went to Edinburgh, as we learned to say it, for one day. And then the whole trip was to visit family, though, that we have in London. And so we were there for 4 days. And it was really great. I don't see them very often. One of my cousins is in his last year at Cambridge, and the other one just graduated. So... I'm going to try to visit them over Thanksgiving break, and my parents are saying, you're not going to visit us, but they also understand. But anyway, so that's where I went, and I just came back, so now I'm playing a lot of catch up, and my roommates and I are all trying to figure out, okay, what do we need? What can we start buying for each other? Just...
Okay, be honest. How many
from-
loads of laundry have you done by yourself?
I know. Probably 3. So but
Just out of curiosity, did your roommates create like a contract of how you're going to run your household? Just out of curiosity.
that's a good question. We actually haven't done anything like that quite yet, and we haven't met each other. We're going to probably meet each other at the beginning of August, just to acquaint ourselves with each other first. But I'm guessing there'll be some discussion about that. We have had verbal. We have.
Honeymoon's gonna be over.
I know. No. We have verbally we found each other. No. We have.
I learned that WeChat. I have students. I had summer students. Yeah, I do.
Well, whatever they put on their application, trust me, you need to get some eye covers, and you need some earplugs.
Well, we found each other on Facebook, so
awesome.
We had some extensive discussion about that. So more of a verbal contract, and we discussed, sleep schedules, etc. So we found that we were fairly compatible in that regard, anyway.
Just put it out there. Even if you write an intention.
No, absolutely.
It doesn't have to be a contract, but putting things in writing.
Yeah.
Friends put things in writing. That's what I recommend people.
Yeah.
And then you should also see what are the sports that you hold in common, because you want to make sure you're getting lots of physical activity.
Oh, yeah. So, we've discussed all of that quite a bit. So we are... one of my roommates is plays 3 varsity sports, I think. So we're thinking all about those things, but it's been really exciting. And if you find, I found it a lot nicer to just find them on Facebook, because you don't want to know people that you're staying with, because then automatic relationship fail. But to put it lightly, I mean, I don't know what to say, but obviously I'm very eloquent, but anyway, I feel like if you kind of just go in, it's great, and because you definitely meet different people, and you don't necessarily need to be really close to your roommates. But
I think what you're saying is, if you go in knowing, minimizing your biases, because sometimes when you know people, you have a lot of unconscious biases that then are tripping points for how you're interacting with people. I was actually having that discussion with my daughter Sasha. There are so many times when we're relating to people, we don't realize those unconscious biases.
Totally. So. Yeah, and I'm a control freak a little. I won't.
No.
So I no kidding. So I like knowing who they are before I just jump into.
Do parents do a background check?
Did my parents do a background check? I wouldn't be surprised if my mom did, to be honest. But no, they haven't talked to them or anything. But my mom's going to drive me down, and I'm sure she'll say hi to their parents. But my parents trust that I kind of know what I'm doing in this regard, so they're pretty happy about it, and we've had conversations. So anyway, that's a long answer to your question.
That's okay.
But yeah.
So we know you're going to come back on break and holidays and summers and everything. So
absolutely.
Yeah. This is a lifelong commitment. I don't know if you looked at the bottom of our contract.
I know. Once you sign on, you never get off the ride.
You're forever a queen on this show.
Yep.
Leo Schneider still comes back. And he's a king. He's the first Ivy King. Whoa! Leo Schneider, we love you.
I remember him.
That's right. So that's
there you go.
That's it. So
speaking of that contract, my LinkedIn told me that I've been with Teen Sports Radio now for 5 years.
That's it. Wow.
I had no idea.
That's it. You didn't even know you was a co-host. I said, you're a co-host, and I am. I goes, I guess clearly you don't check the website. So that was it. All right, we love you. Yay! Oh, we got to pass. Oh, you don't even need to pass the mic. She has her own mic. There you go.
Yeah.
She knows the mic.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Teen Star, runner-up 2 years. I think you're going to hit it this year. What do you think?
I'm not going to go for it.
What?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm going to...
Ava's on bigger and better.
Yeah.
Let's just put it
I'm going to sing at more Westmont College national anthem games.
Nice.
And try to get UCSB.
Oh,
I just put that out there. I don't know. I haven't even thought about that.
I got to hear you sing, and it just is thrilling.
Thanks.
Really thrilling.
Thank you. I really appreciate
that.
that.
You did kill it. I actually, I heard. Well, I didn't get to go. She went to go. I've heard you many times on the radio. First time, I was crying. So it was really cool. You were really good.
Thank you.
I mean, definitely
you.
power.
She's a star.
Gosh, guys.
I mean, you are.
Gosh,
you own it.
Gosh, so
I mean,
much
you really are.
confidence. Thank you.
You've got this thing about you, like, okay, you are that, right? She's that girl, okay? But she walks around like when you know you're that, but then again, it's like, and then she doesn't get the attention, but then she's like, hello, I'm that. You know what I mean? Do you feel that? Do you know what I'm saying?
In other words,
Right.
Erica's saying that Ava doesn't have a big head. About
Right. No, she
how
doesn't.
amazing she is.
Right.
So.
She doesn't.
I've learned from family members' mistakes and actions.
Yeah.
So it's
But if she wants, it's like she'll say, hey, she'll step up. She's got that Heather Bond that. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm that. She'll just, I guess she's
Knows
got
when to
this
turn it
little
on.
dial, and she'll just turn it, and then the light goes on. Like, wait a minute. Oh, I can't see. Okay. Oh, I can't wait. Like, see, this left eye actually can't.
Oh, my
I think
goodness.
Mascara shut it out. Wait a minute. I literally cannot open my left eye. Wait, it's got glue. You know what I'm saying? Really, she's doing it right now.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Ava, you're doing cheer, right?
She really was.
What? You're doing cheer for this
Yes,
next year?
I am captain for the third year this year.
Oh my God.
Woo!
Thank you. That is so much work. People
Yes.
don't understand. Your brain is like working on it 24/7, working out the problems, working out getting people in the right position.
Just getting all
Yeah.
the women together is a problem.
Like
I'm
teen
just saying.
sports.
Seriously.
Like teen sports radio, it's one of those things that never ends. But different
And what
components.
school is that?
Santa Barbara High School.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lee school.
These.
Well,
you don't even go there anymore.
It's the first school. Well, it is my kids went to Bishop. How do you think I feel? But it is the first school, in Santa Barbara. How about that?
You'll learn this about the UC system too.
Yeah.
It's called the University of California because it is the first.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I got to say. It is. It is the first school that's all I say. I'll leave it like that. And my kids went to Bishop. How do you think I feel? You know what I'm saying? That, won state champion.
Yeah, well, Bishop, it's its own deal. Bishop's got it all going.
Yeah. Oh, they're all good. And that's what I always like to try to do is unite all the kids because this whole
Heck yes.
I'm like the whole community.
School rivalry.
I go to Bishop
You are
and
a
I
community.
Go, yeah, well, that's what I try to say. I go to Bishop and I go, hey, have you ever checked out, what they got going over at DP? Not. And I'm like, well, what about the Matt Academy? Not. You've never been over at the Matt Academy. I'm the only one that's been everywhere. And I'm like, and I'm just wowed by, because they're all different and all the kids are kind of like going in different directions. And I'm like, God, why don't we just go and get one big lasso and pull it all together? And can you imagine like a science fair bringing it all together because you guys all have your little niches.
Absolutely.
And maybe CC should do it. Do you know what I mean?
We're the melting pot of it all.
I know. So, but bring them all in because you can't. One school can't do it because everyone's got their arms crossed, and I'm like, stop. Or maybe a Westmont or somebody needs to bring it all in. Okay, you hearing me out there? Somebody needs to bring it all in. Because, nobody wants to do that. I'm like, why not? I don't get it. Why are you looking at me, Heather?
I'm looking at you because I am a former Royal, and and my mom's the first graduating class of DP.
Yeah,
but there's that, it's just still that little small town. It's just the rivalry.
But you have an idea, right? And you're doing it over there, and I have an idea, and I'm doing it over there. But you take both of our ideas, and then all of a sudden we got a new idea. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely, I agree.
So that's all I'm saying.
But we're not in high school anymore either.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the high schoolers, they're the ones that have to be wrangled into that one.
Yeah, but you know something? I could tell you, Ava would not care if she was on two different science projects. She would not care hanging out with Alexandria.
Well, you have to you got to get the leaders then.
Care.
Yeah,
you got to get the leaders and wrangle them in.
They would not care.
No.
We're the ones who are messing it up. It's our egos. It's not them because they're the generation that wants to bring it together. I mean, we're the ones who mess it up. We are the generations that mess everything up.
We got you.
Thank you. Why don't you just tell us to take a nap? All right, that's what I want to give you guys the torch. I know something. I'm going to take a break right now. We'll talk about it. All right. We'll be right back. It's Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday. Okay, let's get back on this railroad train that I'm on.
Okay.
All right.
Can I have some input? Right?
Yes, help me.
Okay, so this is what I have to say. The
I
reason
need to
why
hear
there's
it.
so much separation is because of finances. And this is what it always comes down to, is we even have this in academies at our own school, like Apple Academy versus Entrepreneurship Academy. And the Health Academy doesn't have that so much, and I think it's because the Health Academy is just a little free floater. But there's this really, there's a really strong level of I don't know, like competition and trying to get people to invest in your product, what you've kind of developed.
A sense of scarcity of resources?
Yeah, absolutely. And so when, you're trying to solicit your academy, you want or your school, you want as many people to go to your school, and, then you can really make the school bigger and do a lot more things. But I agree, there should be more intermingling, because we won't need to have so much greatness specified in one area if we can just share the wealth a little in terms of letting people feed off of each other from everything that they're learning at their own respective areas.
It reminds me of, in my racing, I did adventure racing for about 10 years, and it was all international. And the problem, unfortunately for us as Americans, is we were competing against our 5-member team. It was like, who's the first one on the trail? Like, there was a competition. Yet you had the French people that were laid back, and they were cohesive with one another, and they dominated the races. So it's that inner competition that goes on that.
Yeah, and having worked at the high schools, it's also time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, time is crazy. It has gotten so competitive these days that it really does limit your ability to collaborate. And with high schools competing against each other, which I think is kind of a bummer, conferences, bring everybody together, bringing in guest speakers. It's just you're right. Finances is key, and it's hard to do.
I've got just a quick question for you guys. I noticed that when you look at how, through history, how technology has changed and how industries have changed, how our households have changed, and yet when we look at our schools, everyone's still in a desk, 50 desks in a room, pencil, paper. What are the changes that you feel like you want to see happen in the next, decade to schools to make it easier and energy efficient, resource efficient for learning?
Well, in my AP Environmental Science class, the end of the year after we'd taken the AP test, we didn't really have any material actually to work on. So our teacher made us do this end of the year project for 3 weeks where we would make an impact in our community. So that was when my class did the anti-straw campaign, and we were working with adults and
that was huge, by the way.
Yeah. And I feel like the more...
We use pasta in the house now, I'm just saying.
Oh, that's great. My grandma started doing that.
We do pasta.
And then, I don't know, my brothers tried to eat the noodles. It was not good. Anyways, I feel like the more, that project definitely gave me confidence to interact with adults about professional events and activities and setting up things. And I feel like the more things you can do in high school to incorporate working with other professionals that aren't your age, the better apt someone will be for finding a job or going out in the community and having more confidence just as an individual. That's just my 2 cents.
So you're saying, as a community, instead of waiting for it to happen on a scholastic level, we need, as a community, to reach into our schools and create more of a working environment.
Because I feel like school does an excellent job working with just one side of the student, just learning material and gaining all these skills and processes. But really, they build the social skills, working with one another in groups, but not on a professional scale with adults.
I just want to say really quick, I've been researching a lot of stuff. My daughter goes to Waldorf here in Santa Barbara. I've been doing a lot of research on different videos, and they're researching or interviewing a lot of CEOs from Silicon Valley, et cetera. And one of the number one things that they're really looking for in new interns coming up are the social skills and the interaction between working in a group, and they love that aspect. And a lot of them say, the kids aren't getting it in the schools these days. And that's the sad part. And that's what Waldorf really does try to incorporate into the school system.
One more quick little thing, that I want to add to is that you see it also in the holistic processes that colleges are adapting when they're looking at your application, because they're not just looking anymore for grades and test scores like they used to, which okay, they are looking for that. But beyond that, they also want to see what impact are you having in your community, be it on the school level or in your actual hometown. And I think that push is really a testament to how we're seeing the world kind of change. And just like you're saying, companies are trying to hire people with a lot more of a well-rounded background as opposed to just being really one-sided, because it's great to specialize, but you can't contribute as much.
But with the also emotional intelligence, bringing that into play, because that's a huge part. That's
this is obviously a completely different conversation that we need to have, but I mean, structurally, on the flip side, I have students that I'm working with that they're working 50-hour weeks, and they're going to school for 17 units, and those are the ones that they can't expand their work time. They can't do these internships because they need to get paid, and that's the conversation that also needs to be taken into consideration, because opportunity and resources in Santa Barbara, it is ridiculous. Me and my wife, we're both working professionals that combined, it's a solid number, but we can't afford anything, and that's the hard part. So there's so many factors that go into that, and that's where those essay questions go a long way, because you can explain yourself. But it's a conversation that needs to keep happening. It's going to keep happening, and it's a hard answer. Even in public education, Santa Barbara Unified, they do a great job, but they also don't do a great job in a lot of ways. So there's so many parts of that conversation.
You're highly educated. You're both you have your master's. Yes. I mean, you're not talking about a degree. I mean, you went up there.
15 years ago, I don't think anybody would have believed I'd be working in education. It just wasn't in my sights, and it wasn't until certain educators and counselors told me you should try this, and I was taking a leap of faith, and I was super scared, and it ended up working out. But there's certain students who are better than me in a lot of ways that for whatever reason that one little thing didn't happen, and they should be above where I am, and they're not, and that's the part that eats me up. It's like, what else can we do for the people that should be there? And it's tough. It's a tough conversation, and especially in Santa Barbara, where you get the top 1% and the bottom 1%. So Santa Barbara is very unique.
I could tell you what yours is. You're a very passionate person.
Yeah.
You can see in your eyes. Your eyes water because it's killing you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seriously. Let's take a little break. Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday. Ava, you brought in a little stud there.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing there? Go!
Just look little to me.
I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
Big stud. Well, little means big. Yeah. You know, I don't want to say giant. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Cole?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Just having a pretty lax summer. Not really doing much, so it's nice.
That doesn't.
It's in lacrosse.
I know.
Relax.
That doesn't
Live,
relax.
breathe,
See, he
relax.
does opposites too.
Yeah.
That's why we're in the same tribe.
Exactly.
He does everything on the down low.
Yeah.
Is that still in or out?
It's in.
It's
in for me.
See, good. Nice. So what position do you play?
I play defense.
Nice. You have to be because you like that look. It's like, come on into my house. Not.
I mean,
You're not.
yeah. I mean, you can try, but it's not gonna work.
I like that.
You're gonna have to go.
See, that's why you guys are friends. You know, I could see that. Just like da da da. Yeah. I can see that. You know, come on in, join us.
Yeah.
You know,
They're acquaintances.
Tonight. Yeah. I like it.
I mean, I hope my coach doesn't listen to this because actually I'm not going to be playing next year.
Oh. No, no, he won't listen to this. Cool. I have his email. I have everybody's email address.
Awesome. Just make sure to keep him off the list.
No, block him. He's blocked. Maybe he's blocked me. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
I don't know.
But no, it actually instead I'm going to be doing. My friend Kai Wilkinson is a super fit guy, like super into fitness. He's been working out since like 6th grade. So he's insane. So what I'm going to be doing, I actually started this summer when I got back from France. I'm just going to be working out with him every day and just
Doing
trying
super
to.
fitness.
Yeah, exactly. And
You gotta
like,
do what? You gotta do that. What was that?
Ooh, Ninja Warrior.
Oh!
I was on Ninja Warrior a few years ago.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I've since my pant size has grown a little bit. I have since kind of tapered off, but upper body strength is still there. It's just
Yeah, those guys are insane.
I'm just not as I get winded really quickly now.
Well, he can get you prepped for that.
Yeah.
He was. I know something. I was sleeping one night, and all of a sudden I saw this shadow billowing on this this building, and it was Andy Gill just working out from 1 to 3 in the morning, like a Spider-Man kind of thing, like Spider-Man. Yeah, we got Dustin Ollie on. Oh, we got to give a shout out for. Why am I the only one clapping? Superior Fitness so Wallace. I don't know.
Dustin just moved on the mountain with me.
You're kidding? Seriously? Yeah. Oh my goodness. So he helped you out there.
Oh, Dustin's incredible. That place is fun. They got tires, they got hammers, they got sledgehammers, they got ropes. They got it all there.
The whole
They got
nine
stairs, and it's a fun gym. If you've never been there, it's real life stuff. You can throw around whatever you want. You can box if you want. You can do martial arts. That's a fun gym. Dustin's a good guy, and Alex is a good guy. And I live in Carp now, so I go to a gym out there. But if I was in town, that's a cool place to be.
Well, they've definitely expanded. I worked there for 4 years.
Oh, sweet.
And that's why I think you look familiar, too.
Yeah.
But he has expanded so much. He's continuing his expansion, and wonderful place. Great stuff there.
Cool.
Fantastic. Okay, so you're doing this all-out movement for fitness.
Yeah, and I think it's great that I'm doing it with Kai because he knows like how to do it right. Like you can go to the gym every day and do stuff, and if you don't do it right, like you'll get somewhere, but
You
you're
can
not
also
gonna
get hurt. Sorry.
No, yeah.
You can get hurt though really easily too. So,
No, yeah, like you don't want to be like doing anything wrong. Like you don't want to be like yesterday even I saw this guy like doing like trying to do bicep curls and his back was like completely arched over. Like I thought there was no way he was not going to collapse on the ground. And he's just like Kai is just teaching me how to like just like not just when you're working out, like it's also like what you're doing like when you're not working out, like eating right, like getting lots of like carbs, but like good carbs, so like brown rice and stuff like that, like not just like gorging on like farfalle pasta a day, which I really love it, but like it's not great. And like he's just telling me how to like bulk up, but like in a good way, like not like pumping steroids in my body. Which like it's the easy way.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. But he's like giving me. It's been really helpful. Like he's just like sending me all these like links to like protein powder stuff to order, like healthy like plant-based protein powder. And he's just like telling me like I know like you just gotta have patience. Like some people do it and they expect results in like a week, and that's just not how the human body works. So I'm just really excited to be just doing this with him and like staying active, because I feel like junior year, like I wasn't like not active, but like Ava knows, like you get so caught up with SAT and APs and finals. That's so hard to just get outside for 5 minutes because you just feel like you can't step away or you're going to be a step behind.
Well, the nice thing is you're setting the foundation for your body that will be your pattern for your whole life. So if you can create a really healthy, strong body, your body goes, oh, yeah, I know that. So even though you may, in your adult years, you may get out of touch and put on a little weight or something, you can always go back because you had that time during your teens where you were really healthy and right on.
A lifestyle change.
Absolutely.
And Ava's been doing a lot of that too.
Learn a little bit more about you. Remind me, I don't know if I heard this. Your grade?
I'm going in the senior year.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. It's a fun year.
Yeah.
And then Kai is a peer or a trainer?
Kai's a peer. He's been my good friend since like 8th grade.
Okay, cool. Nice. That's awesome.
He should be a trainer though.
Hey, this might be his calling.
It honestly, it is. He just like he knows so much. Like he knows more than like I have an old trainer, and he knows more than him. So
nice. Is it cross training? Is it weight? Is it bodybuilding? Is it?
It's all sorts of stuff. Like today we normally just go to the Y and do weightlifting, but today we went to over to MUS and did some shuttle sprints, just like really getting cardio in. Nice. So it's just a bunch of different stuff.
Fast twitch muscles.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he was saying today. So it's just a lot of different stuff, just to keep it you don't want to be doing the same stuff every day, or else your muscles are going to get used to it and you're not going to get any stronger.
Cool.
So just doing a lot of variety stuff. But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, not fun. I mean, yeah, it's fun. Like, I like it. But
It is.
yeah, I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Any pointers there? You know, the queen, my body.
Yeah, definitely.
What is soul like?
I just say enjoy what you're doing and definitely mix it up.
Yeah.
Because your body definitely likes that for sure.
Uh-huh.
But you got to enjoy it to a
Yeah.
certain point.
Do you realize you have to smile while you're doing it, even though it's hard?
Yeah.
Because your body is in the neocortex when you're smiling, so you're building new memories. When you're not smiling, you're your limbic brain, and you're running the stress energy.
Yeah.
So you got to smile.
Exactly. Thank you.
I think I've been. Okay, I just went on this trip, right? So I can't say it right now, but I've been working out with my friend too, and you just feel so much better knowing that you did something for yourself that day, and just really getting everything. I don't know. I just feel so complete after I work out.
You know, and the bottom line is anything you do physically, it's going to affect you positively mentally. So, you know, it becomes a lifestyle. It remains. I'm 47 years into it. I probably only when I broke my neck did I take time off.
And you didn't take time off after you broke.
Because I was rehabbing.
That's right. That's true. That's true. It's true. All right, let's take a little break. It's Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teens. Please tune in every single Tuesday. All right, we're pushing almost at the end of July, and I love it when Andy Gill's in the house because he's always keeping us current on what freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors need to be focused in on. So why don't you tell us what we need to know about?
All right, so you freshmen, you fresh out of 8th grade students, at this point, ideally, the key to success in high school is joining a club or a group or a team, because statistically speaking, if you do any one of those three things, 95% more likely to stay out of trouble. And also, structure is good. It is proven in all aspects of life, and having a coach or a counselor, somebody on your side is going to help. So you freshmen, tryouts are probably coming up very soon. Other than that, you really should just kind of go into high school with open eyes, open mind, and just know that you can be whatever it is that you want to be. I was really, really shy coming out of 8th grade, and for whatever reason, maybe it was my puberty or hormones or something. But in 9th grade, I woke up and I found me. It's okay to change. It's okay to keep getting better, and that's also what we're encouraging. So you 9th graders, meet your counselor in the first couple months. I can't stress it enough. There is so many students that at the high school level, unfortunately, I never really got to know very well. And the ones that I knew really, really well were getting out of there with really, really stud accolades and stuff under their belt. So just go in there, pop your head in and say hi. Start your classes with a fresh slate. No matter what you've done in 8th grade, it's all completely erased. 9th grade, you get a fresh start. Sophomores at this point, you're probably taking your first AP class or your history course, honors history course at this point. We're starting to look at A through G requirements for California UC schools, and if you're A through G eligible, you'll learn this term. Trust me, you might not know what it is right now, but if you hear this on the radio, everybody's going to be pumping it in your head. A through G just means UC eligibility. If you're UC eligible, it means that you are eligible to apply to any school in the world. California requirements tend to be a little bit higher out of all states. So if you meet California standards, you're good everywhere. Juniors, you guys know it. You guys are probably pretty stressed out. AP tests, SATs are happening for the first time. ACTs are happening for the first time. Other than that, study hard, work hard, play hard. I think it is very, very important that you enjoy high school. A lot of students that I was working with were so stressed out that they were stressing me out, and I'm a pretty relaxed guy. But I think it is important that you enjoy life. School is supposed to be enjoyable. You're supposed to keep getting better. You're supposed to get challenged. Critical thinking is key. If you don't know the answer to something, if you don't like somebody's response to something, it's okay to challenge them. But yes, you learn this in school as well. There's a right way and a wrong way to challenge people. And critical thinking and argumentation and debate is something that I wish all high schools would teach. Even in relationships, the thing that I was seeing a lot in high school is that students don't know how to have relationships with each other anymore. and it's sad, and it hurts me. So relationship building, whether it's with a partner or a friend or a peer or a teacher, those relationships are key, and having an open mind and listening. You have 2 ears because you listen twice as much as you speak. 2 ears, 1 mouth. That's what I always say. When it comes to sports too, I coach high school basketball. And the one thing that eats me up is when I start talking, they interrupt me. I haven't even had a chance to say what I need to say yet. So listen, let it process, then respond. I'm okay with my athletes responding back as long as it's done appropriately. And if they're challenging me, that's okay. But I just want to make sure that it's respectful. And then senior year, Mr. Kimball, I know you're feeling it. You're now kind of waiting on some scores. It's okay to take your SAT and ACT for a second and third time. Also, that's totally okay. But also, I happen to work at the #1 community college in the nation, and Santa Barbara City College is absolute gold. And through the new Santa Barbara City College Promise, your first 2 years are free. And that is awesome. So
that's such an incredible program, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to my sister and dad about it the other day, and we have so many friends going through it right now, and it's just amazing.
Absolutely, because it gives you time to really kind of find your major, get your general education out of the way, find yourself, develop your writing and your reading and your math especially. But if Santa Barbara City College is where you start, we'll take care of you. It's an incredible place, vocationally speaking too. Maybe it's culinary arts, photo, construction, theater. What else do we have? Marine diving. There's so many incredible programs that it doesn't need to be just academics. Skill-based learning, skill-based jobs are needed. There's not enough people working with wood anymore. There's not enough people working with cars anymore. Cars are changing. They're now completely computerized. So now it's like the computer engineering side. So whether it's City College or other, at least try us out for free. If you don't really want to go to work, or you don't really want to go to school after high school, at least start at the college and try something and maybe get a skill that's going to help you with life.
And I want to make a plug for dual enrollment because I had an opportunity to take a class with my dad.
That's awesome.
When I was young, and those are some of the most precious memories I have.
Dual enrollment, for you high school students, especially in Santa Barbara listening, it is free while you're in high school. And you can start as early as your 8th grade going into 9th grade, and it could be anything on the City College catalog. They're going to try and press for certain classes so you can meet a high school requirement, but it doesn't have to be. Any counselor can sign off on it, and dual enrollment is gold. I mean, even if it's just a PE or a boot camp class or something, any class that you want on the catalog, you can take. As long as it's not during the school day, during August through May. You have to be at high school at that time. But a night class or a morning class, absolutely. Summertime, wide open. I think I'm pretty solid on where you should be at.
Very well done. What are we going to say to that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's all inclusive.
That was an infomercial.
Yeah.
That was an infomercial in itself.
Seriously.
I love City College. City College saved me. It was so funny because years went by. Okay, so I went to Westmont and I did my units, and because I transferred. So when you transferred I transferred from Long Beach State. So you don't get all your units, right? And then I went abroad. Okay, did that whole thing. So years went by, and I don't know, let's say 3-4 years went by. My father's like, looks around, he goes, "Where's your degree?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Maybe Mom got it. I don't know." So I call my mom. "Mom, where's my degree? Do we have it?" "No, didn't get it." I go, "That's so weird." So I call up. So I don't know, it's like 87, 88, and I went there 82, 83, walk on MVP soccer. I'm just saying, okay. Never played soccer. I was, okay, I'm just saying, okay, let's pass that, the glory years, made my kids, dust the trophy and everything. I'm just saying, okay, yeah, maybe you'll have one of these one day. Okay. So anyway, 88 goes by, forget about it. My father goes, "I want to see that degree. I pay for it." So I call up, "Hi, Westmont. Can I get a copy of my degree? I just must have misplaced it or whatever." "You're like 3 units short." Like, what? You know what I mean? How can I be like short? So I took this class, right? Dual thing, right? And it just wasn't like transferred from City College. Like my last thing. I'm like, "What do you mean it wasn't like transferred over? It was a small business class." I'm like, "What do you mean? No, that's not. That can't happen." So I ended up like immediately like taking like German, like my mother was German, like 101 or whatever. "Hello, I was schooled. I didn't even buy the book. I got a C in it. Never read the book or whatever like this. Immediately, in, and then, thank God for Santa Barbara City College. Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes, thank God. And every time I would say, what's the book? Oh, listen, whatever. Took the test, whatever. See, I think I didn't, I showed up, got to see. Yeah, thank you, right? How was that?
Good.
Thank God for City College.
I just want to say, too, really quickly, signing up for classes, and I want to double major and everything, so it's difficult, though, if you haven't had already, oh my gosh, I can't speak. If you haven't already fulfilled some requirements, for example, Berkeley has the 8th breath requirements, etc., and you have to take 8 breath courses and fulfill all of these different things. But because I took my foreign language at City College, I took psychology there, I took a philosophy class. Most of it does really count, and it's really put me forward. So, and that with AP scores. So even if you don't know kind of what you'll end up doing, it really helps to have that background in those classes.
I'm going to tell you one class that you need to take, because I know you're pursuing business.
Yeah.
You got to take this class called Physics for Future Presidents. It's going to meet your science requirement, but what it is, it's just enough knowledge on all science classes to have conversations with anybody. And it's really, really cool, because every week it's chemistry, physics, environment. And it's actually called that class, Physics for Future Presidents, because they're not expecting you to be a professional or an expert in any of the fields. But it's good conversational pieces, and it teaches you a lot, and it's very little math, which is nice. But the class is just so enjoyable.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just was blessed right here.
Yay! All right. On that,
I cannot-
everyone's Googling it. Yeah, I like it.
And then go to Zachary's Pizza, too. It's in Oakland.
All right. Let's take a break.
Greatest
Erica
pizza
Salda
ever.
will be back really quick after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday. Hey, I want to zing here real quick, for those. Thank you all for all of the love that you've given me. I did lose Toby, 14 years old, on the 29th of June. And, so for those that knew, thanks again for all the love, a lot of Facebook love there. And so I had a very depressed Rudy, who's the brother, 3 years younger. And I got to say, I had a client come over yesterday. Allison wanted me to visit, go over some of her stuff. And funniest thing, because Rudy was been not eating, brothers would be sad, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh God, dog whisperer, what do we got to do? Not, has the hard boiled egg every day for breakfast. Here's your egg, drops it. Try to put salt on it, drops it. Lays, for weeks now, right? Because almost been a month. So Allison comes over, and I've known her for the pool for a decade, client, whatever like this, and has a favorite ball. Where's your ball? Doesn't want anything to do with the ball, and miserable. And I'm getting really sad. Lost weight. I'm take it to the vet. Anyway, Allison comes over yesterday. Fast forward, all of a sudden, I'm in my office, whatever, flies in the office with the ball. Here's Allison, and I'm so happy. I'm in tears. Drops the ball, jumps on my desk, drops the ball to Allison. Because Allison just has this vibe. You know what I mean? Out of the depression. So I got it. Let's give Allison Freeman. Allison, I love you. So I gave her, of course, my favorite pillow. Did I not?
Yes.
I gave her my favorite. I do the art, right? So I managed to print a lot of my art on a lot of housewares now. That we'll talk about that later, because we're putting stuff on a lot of different things. So whatever she wanted, I gave it to her. She's all excited. So really, whatever Allison wants, she got yesterday. Allison, I absolutely love you. You need to open up some kind of business. Dog whisperer. I don't know what you did to my dog, but you cured her. So thank you, Allison. Yeah.
Just a quick question, Heather. When you work out with your clients, do you have your clients have their animals with them when you're working out with them?
Actually, that's so funny you say that, because this morning in the Valley, I had two clients up there, same area. They both had their dogs, and they literally hover right around us, they're right there, and it's so awesome. Well, even with you know,
they were right there.
I love them interacting, and we have hummingbirds too. So,
and I also want to thank you too. This whole last section is going to be all about love right now, too. So you've got a lot going on. So I know you're doing your last cut on your book. So I want you to talk about it for a minute here, about for the end of the show, if you can. You got 2 minutes.
I got a quick minute.
Okay.
Things are going great. I mean, again, what an experience this has been with this book. Such a journey. So we're absolutely in the final edits right now. Yeah.
Pray for you.
Final edits. Yeah. It's around a 300-page book. We're going through the pictures. I'm getting the cover, and I'm just energetically working on some stuff right now as far as where it's going from here. And it's exciting. What an awesome, amazing journey. I loved every second of it, even though it was very, very hard at a lot of points. And watching my mom through the process was very healing for her as well. I've never seen her. My mom's a very emotionally balanced person. I cry at Hallmark cards and all kinds of stuff. But she has cried more in this writing process with me than I've ever seen in my life, and it's been awesome. What a blessing.
I got to tell her, I told Allison the story of how you fixed my groin, and I told exactly...
Not your Achilles.
Yeah, not my Achilles, but how the whole thing, it was my back, and how you were manipulating everything, because you're like the
body guide.
You're a body guide. You're not even, I fired 3 physical therapists, and I didn't want our friendship to be messed up, and it popped my back. So at the end of the day, if anybody needs a body guide, I work with Heather Bond. Okay, you get all her information on Facebook. You just Google her; she'll blow up. Santa Barbara. That's it. We love you. God bless you. See you next week. Woo!